make a real aschal on daf base, and b'siyat ishmaya, and let's get to it. Obviously, just the last thing I'll add, Yom in the Rayim, it's going to be hard. We all know that. Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Sukkot. So we'll figure out. We'll figure out the right times to chazer, the right times to do it. And the one request that I'll have is everyone here try. This is say what, and they leave. Everyone here, try to help the guy next to you. Try. I'll never call someone out. You all know that. But try. Everyone knows he's here. Everyone knows who wants to be here. And we all know ourselves that when someone sends us a message like, "Hey, I missed you tonight," it makes us feel like, "Oh, I'm part of something." And often the answer is, "Oh, I'm going to listen tomorrow," or "I was on Zoom," or I couldn't make it," which is fine. We're not calling anyone out. But I think if as a chabura, we try to push each other along, we will ourselves ultimately gain the most for it. And I think we all want that. So, b'siyata shmaya, let's use our strengths to get there. So it says the Heilige Mishnah, Sukkah, Shehi, you're good over there? Good? Everyone's good? Sukkah, Shehi Gavai L'mal Nesim Am. A sukkah, which is taller than 20 amos, is psula. Rav Yehuda Machshir. Yehuda says it's kosher. If it's not at least 10 tvachim tall, and as Rav David, you mentioned, this is mamish, sukkah is around the corner. You already can smell the sukkah. So it's geschmack to get back into the sukkah during sukkahs is very geschmack, and hopefully it'll give us a little bit of a push to move a little bit, to chazer properly and know what's going on. If it doesn't have 3 walls, psula. So we have a machlekes out of the Mishnah. What's the maximum height of the sukkah? 20 amos. Rav Yehuda says no, it can even be taller. And the minimum height, seemingly everyone agrees, of 10 tefachim. Everyone agrees 3 walls. Everyone agrees that it has to have more shade than sun. Now it says 3 walls. We all know that's not really true. It means 2 and a little bit. Like your hay, you have 2 walls, then you have the little leg. That's your kosher sukkah. Says the Gemara. Let's begin. Just so you know, it's hard listening to share when you don't know what ends. It's a hard thing. If you don't know, am I going now for 10 minutes? Am I going for 15 minutes? Am I going for 4 minutes? So we'll put a time. It's 8:20. Let's go for another 8 minutes. Yeah, another 8 minutes will be 10 minutes. Is that good with Eilam? Yeah, it's perfect. Okay, Gavaldik. I know myself. You're sitting in a chair and you're like, is it 1 more minute? Is it 20 more minutes? Okay. Says the Heilige Gemara Tanana. So we learned over there. A Mishnah in Eruvin. Mavui. A mavui. What is a mavui? A mavui is a 3-walled cul-de-sac. Actually, remember now that a good friend of mine, you always use the Gemara to explain what a mavui is. If you look in your Gemara, your Rashi is 1 wall, your Taisus is another wall, your 4 lines on top is the 3rd wall, and we're entering into the mavui at the bottom. So you could picture your 3 walls on the side. This is Rav Gav Friedman. This was his invention, a cute way. You can always play with the mavui in your Gemara. So if it's Gavayim Eser Mama, what do you have to do? Says the Mishnah, Yema'it, you lower it down. Rav Yehuda Aimer, Einay Tzarech, you do not need to lower it down. So said, Frak, the Gemara asked the Gemara, why in our Mishnah, again, we're going a job faster. If it's too fast, anyone will slow me down. Why in our Mishnah does it say apostle? And why over there in Eruvin does it say how to fix it? Says the Gemara, Sukkah Daraisa, Tani Pesula. Mavi derabanan, therefore Tani Takanta. It said how to fix it. Teretz number 1. Teretz number 2. Viva Yisema, Teretz number 2. Again, the kasha is why by Eruvin, by a mavui, where it's talking about how to fix the mavui. You have to put something at the entrance to the mavui, a kaira, or a lechi, something at the entrance to the mavui. Right now it's not relevant what you have to do. But over there it says 20 amos is too tall, so it says lower it. Why there does it say how to fix it, lower it? And in our Mishnah just says, straight up, psula. So answers the Gemara, Teretz number 1, Daraisa versus Dirabanan. Answer number 2, Viba Yisema, but Daraisa nami tani takanta. Really, in Dini Daraisa, it should also say the way to fix it. So why by Sukkah did it not? Miu Sukkah, Dinafish Milsa, or there's a girsa on the side, Dinafishin Mili. Sukkah has many dinim. It's not just one din. It's not just 20 amos. There's also the 3 walls. There's also the shade. Therefore, Pasik Vitani Psula, therefore it said it ironclad, a psak, that it is possible. Whereas Mavui, Delay Nafish Mili, Mavi does not have many things. Therefore, Tani Takanta, it said how to fix it. Period. So kasha number one is, why by mavui does it say how to fix it? Why by sukkah say psula? Two terutzim, either deraisa derabanan, or one din versus many dinim. Asks the Gemara the basic kasha on the Mishnah, minna hani mili. Where do we know this din? Where does this come from? Answers the Gemara, multiple terutzim. Answer number one of Rabbah. Amar Rabbah the Amar Kra. Says the Torah. L'man yedu daira seichem, so that for generations you should know. Ki ba'sukkah shafti es b'nei Yisrael. The Klal Yisrael dwelt in Sukkos. So if you have to know, ad esrim amma, until 20 amos, adam yedeya, shudar b'sukkah. You know you're in a sukkah. L'mala me esrim amma. It's too tall. You don't realize, you're not cognizant, you're not aware that you're in the sukkah. Why? Misham delay shaltaba ena. More than 20 amos, your eye is not shaylit, your eye does not rule, your eye does not see, and therefore it doesn't. You don't know you're in the sukkah. Now, clearly, which part of the sukkah is more than 20 amos? The walls are not. The walls are right next to you. So here is probably application number one. It's one of those things we could have a running list of all the rayas throughout the first parak. That what is the ikar sukkah? Al shem hasachach karui sukkah. Rashi on the last wide line, the last Rashi in the Mishnah taught us that the name sukkah comes from schach. It covers you. So over here, what is more than 20 amos? The schach is more than 20 amos. So even though the walls are not, but since the schach is so high up, you don't look so high up, so you don't know that you're in the schach. You don't know that you're in a sukkah. It's not a fulfillment of the pasuk of Leman Yedu Dairoi Seichem. Answer number one. Answer number two, that was Rabbah. Number two is Rav Zera. Rav Zera Amar Mehacha, the following pasuk says the pasuk v'sukkah, pasuk in Yeshaya, Tia litzel yoimam, that the sukkah should be for shade, yoimam mechayrev, from the heat, yoimam mechayrev. Says the Gemara, very similar drasha, ad eser ma'anba, adam yoshev bitzel sukkah. What's the fine nuance of difference between Rav Zera and Rabbah? That Rav Zera's pasuk said tzel, said the shade, that the sukkah has to be for shade. So within 20 amos, you know that you're in the shade. If the schach are more than 20 amos, ein adam yoshev bitzel sukkah. You're not sitting in the shade of the sukkah, ella bitzel defanos. You're sitting in the walls. You're sitting in the shade of the walls. So two answers. Omar le'abaya. You know what? No. Let's do this right. Let's start off sharp. Let's start off the right way. I'm going to stop over here. Let's take the next minute and a half. Let's read through the Mishnah. We have two incredible dinim in the Mishnah. We have a kasha of the Gemara with two terutzim, the difference between here and Erevin. And we have two Mekairais, Rabbah and Rav Zera, as to why it has to be 20 amos. As always,